Good evening, everybody. I just wanted to start a new kind of chapter here. This will be the discovery version. I will put these up in serialized formats, sort of episodic, and I'll try to keep tabs on what you guys are saying while I play. This is really not that intensive as far as things go. I decided to reset all of these and redo them, and I hope you enjoy them. And without further ado, here we go. First let me tell you, I decided to, since this game is about Egypt, and since it goes up to down, I'd start with Egypt. And the first one is the major regions of Egypt. And so we'll talk about Memphis, which was the first capital of Egypt.
Welcome to the major regions of Egypt.
Well, seem to be boating as though I've been drinking copious amounts of alcohol.
Life in ancient Egypt was concentrated along the shores of the Nile and divided into two regions. Lower Egypt was situated on the Nile Delta near the Mediterranean, and Upper Egypt was at the south reaching into Africa. Due to its proximity to the Mediterranean, temperatures in Lower Egypt were less extreme than in Upper Egypt.
It's counterintuitive, but this is Upper Egypt and that's Lower Egypt. The reason the Egyptians called it Lower Egypt was because the Nile flowed north. So it started here and ended there. And aloha. Shada. It's cool seeing you here.
Until 3100 BCE and the unification of Egypt, each region had its own pharaoh and crown. Lower Egypt's crown was red and marked with symbols of papyrus and bees. Upper Egypt's crown was white with symbols of lotus and sedge grass.
And it was Narmer of Upper Egypt that unified Egypt and became the first pharaoh. Yes, it did. And I'm not used to actually having anyone interact. So I hope that I don't bore you to tears with this. I decided to choose somebody that looked something like a instructor or tourist.
Both regions had competing major cities, most notably Memphis in Lower Egypt and Thebes in Upper Egypt. There were different religious cults in both regions, each worshipping their own major gods.
Yeah, Memphis, I think, worshipped more Thoth, and Thebes worshipped Amun. They're more prone to that. Ptah, the Egyptian god of creation. The Egyptians also called this city the White Walls, and the word Egypt is Greek, or like Egyptos, but I think it's sort of a truncation of Hekptah, or like if you say it fast enough, it was like Hekptah, and I said, okay, well, Egyptos, so it's kind of truncated to that. Let's see. Yeah, the only thing that's optional is the subtitles. That's part of it. If you want me to take the subtitles off, I can. If you want me to leave them up, I can do that. I'm thinking of neatening it up by removing it because most people don't have serious hearing problems.
Many of the temples were designed in such a way as to represent the two regions, and ceremonies often incorporated Upper and Lower Egypt in their rituals.
Let's take a look at this. Oh, a perfume burner. So I guess ancient aromatherapy, and that's actually a very artistic piece. I'm sure that took some time to put together. And honestly, I wish I knew what that was made of. I'm wondering if it's actually made of ivory. And that's the end of the major regions of Egypt. The next one will be Bringer of Life, the River Nile, and I will start a new video for that one. So stay tuned.